Lovie Tribe, welcome back to my channel for 10 days of Merry Missmas, where it is 10 days of Christmas cards with 10 different mediums. So today's medium for day number 7, it's going to be about aesthetic. And you're like, aesthetic? How is that a medium? For me, aesthetic is a medium because you're making it very pleasing to the eye. And I'll be doing many different things throughout this card. As you can see, I kind of incorporated things that we've been using all along through the first 6 days, which is layering. There's many, many layers here. We have lots of distressing. I'm going to talk about these guys really, really quick. We already did a card where we repurposed something that was gifted or you got in a swap. Well, I was also gifted these adorable little puppy, I believe are stamps, from my girl Emily. I will link her channel and her Instagram down below. She is Jersey, I believe it's jerseycgirl.emily. And she has a channel and a Instagram, and she does crafts, of course. She has really cute stuff, and she gifted these to me, and look how cute they are. They're so stinking cute. So some of them she left blank for me to color, which I colored this one, and this one, and this one, and she had colored these, and she stickled their hats. Aren't they cute? And I thought he was adorable, so I wanted to put him on. And with this, she also sent me the sentiments, which is Happy Holidays. And then this one says, Hope Santa Paws brings you lots of treats. So I thought this would be great. So again, we're like repurposing something I was gifted. And like I said, we have lots of layering. And we also have inking or distressing, which are all aesthetics and they're very pleasing to me. So that's what we're focusing on. So stuff that to me, an aesthetic can be a medium because you're using many different things to achieve a certain look. So I hope I explained that well. I hope that makes sense. Yes, I kind of made that up. I don't even know if that's technical, but in my crafting world, that exists. So maybe I should move on from here. So we are going to recreate this card today. This is my demo card for day number 7. It's not going to look exactly like this, but of course I have to use a different sentiment. We're going to use a different little poopy. And we might even use a different sentiment up here. I haven't decided yet. But it's going to look very similar to this, but different. But I love how this turned out. To me, this is very aesthetically pleasing because I love layering. I love distressing. I love animals. Anything that has animals on it, I am like thrilled. Animals and nature are my jam. I love adding animals and nature-esque things. And believe me, if I had a whole stamp set that I could dress up for Christmas that were mushrooms, you probably would have saw 3 or 4 mushroom Christmas cards. Yes, mushrooms. I'm putting this out here right now. I'm claiming it as mine. I am personally going to sit down and see if I can't draw something that would be Christmassy enough, but still mushrooms. I really want to do this to see if I can't draw like a Christmas mushroom. I know that sounds really weird, but I'm really going to put my time and effort into it. And if I achieve it, you just never know. Might end up on my Patreon. I do like to make my own homemade stickers as well. Anyways, I totally digress and get off subject, but I love mushrooms. I love all that stuff. So for me, this is very aesthetically pleasing. So that's why it's our medium today. So I'm going to quit rambling and we're going to get moving on how we put this adorable card together. Here we go with some repeated information that has been repeated in all 6 videos very quickly. This is mixed media paper. And I don't think out of all 7 of these videos I ever showed you. This is my mixed media pad. This is where I'm pulling this paper from. See how it's a 7x10? This mixed media paper will hold up to inking and distressing and markers and gel pens, whatever you want to do to it except for watercolor. Watercolor does not work on this paper because it's a little waxy. But anything else, this paper will hold up wonderful too. If you're doing watercolor, I suggest use watercolor paper. This paper is fantastic for stamping too. So this is a 7x10, which we are just going to fold in half. And I chose to do, we talked about this before too, I chose to do a landscape style, which is another aesthetically pleasing thing to me. Oh, come on, paper. You're like really fighting me today. Like, you're all kinds of crooked. What's going on? This paper, like I said in my other videos, is thicker than regular cardstock, so sometimes it does give you a little trouble. But as I was saying, landscape is more aesthetically pleasing to me than portrait. I know this is usually how you open up your cards, but I like to be very different. So for me, the landscape style is more my jam. I already chose my paper and had already cut it, and I'm going to lay it right on. And we talked about this before in our other videos. I just kind of eyeball it. So this is less than a ½ inch, and this is probably a ½ inch in. And I just, like I said, I lay my paper down, I take a pencil, and I mark where I want it cut, and then I just cut it. So that is our first layer. So again, it's a little different than this one because we're using different papers. So, okay. I have that down. So the very first thing I did was I took a doily and I placed it over the card like this, just to see about where I wanted it, like that. So what we're going to do for our medium for inking is I have my red and my black ink, because there's a lot of red, so that's what we're going to focus on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to distress my doily in my black ink. I'm also going to distress our first layer in black ink, but I'm going to distress the card in red ink, and then we'll pick it up from here. So I'm just going to speed this little part up. So now we have that base down, and we have used lots of distressing technique. I am not using the foam tape for all of this like I normally do, because I just want to do something a little different and I want a different aesthetic. This is really the aesthetic that pleases to me, and that's why it's our medium, because you can choose to do something that's very aesthetically pleasing to you, and that is your medium. So what I have going on here, of course, like I said before, is lots of layers. And if you noticed in the little speeded up part there, I didn't glue my whole doily down, because this is the part I love about layering. So my very big piece of layer that I want to get down is my snowflake. And then just like my card here, I have one of these, which also was gifted to me. I'm using lots of things that have been gifted to me because I love them. I'm going to lay, which is a different color than this one, but I love this bright green. I kind of want to lay it off to the side over that piece of snowflake. My sentiment is a lot smaller than this one, but I'm using a bigger puppy. So that's how I'm evening that out. So like my little saying will go down here, and then I think I'm going to use Emily's little puppy, and he'll kind of go in here over on this little green piece like this, okay? And then in between all of this, all right, I have, where'd they go? Here they are. I have snowflake stickers, which I used here. Here's one. I have one up here. I also have the smaller ones. The little green tree, the little sparkly green tree. And then I also have the little red flat back pearls. And then I also have the little sentiment that she stamped, which I might use the bigger one. We'll see, because the puppy's bigger. So unless I bring him down, I might be able to put the bigger sentiment up here. I'm gonna fussy cut and see. And then just in case I don't like this sentiment, if I feel like this smaller sentiment is going to get lost, I did pre-choose another one, but I feel like this one is just a little too big. But the reason I picked these two particular things is because our backdrop is holly leaves, and then these both have holly on them. So it is cohesive, but I'm just not sure I like the bigger sentiment. I'm not sure I'm into that. I think it's a little too big. I don't know. I'm really struggling to pick which one I like best. So it'll be one or the other. It'll be one or the other. But what I'm going to do is I'm also going to speed this part up so that the video doesn't get super long. And you're just going to see my creative process with this. But I just wanted to give you a little idea of where I'm going. So it's going to be one or the other. I don't know. We'll see. So here we go with the music. Okay guys, there is the finished card. I really love how it turned out. So I played with it for a little bit longer because in our original card here, I did add one of these little green foam trees. It just did not look right because these are kind of a different color than this, and because it's sparkly, it really clashed. So when I was playing around, I was like, I really like how it looks over here, and then to make the cards a little cohesive, because I added these little gems in the corner, I was like, I should add some to this one, so I just put 2 in the corner. So I did add this tree and these 2 little gems to the original like card, but I love how they turned out. I think they look so cute, and thank you so much, Emily, for these adorable little doggy, I believe they're stamps. They are just adorable. I love them. I'm so happy that I got to use them in my 10 days of Merry Missmas. They just make my day. I did another video where I used some things that were gifted to me by Miss Kitty, and I love how that card turned out. So I love using the things that you guys send me. Like when you guys send me stuff, I try to use it. And I really, really love it. So I love how these turned out. So down below, they're kind of aesthetically the same, but they're different. Tell me down below which one's your favorite. At first I wasn't going to use this piece. It was just kind of a scrap sitting off to the side, but I felt like I needed to pull some of that green down. And this is the same green as this. It's just not sparkly, but I love how that pulls the green down, and then everything else is kind of that bold red. So I really like that about this card, and of course the puppy is just adorable. But I also really love this card because I love the white and the real crisp white colors that are popping through with the little hints of red and green. So I can't decide which one I like better. They're both so darn cute. So leave me down in the comments which one is your favorite. And then of course I may do both of these. You just never know. But I always give one away on my Instagram, but because they're kind of different, I might give both of them away. So make sure you stop down in my Dropbox and check out all of my links down there, which my Instagram is linked, and head on over there to find out if I did both or just one as my giveaway. Follow the rules and enter to win one of these. My Patreon is linked down below, and so is my Facebook group, which is all crafty fun. So please check out my Dropbox. Stalk me. Don't check. Stalk me on my social media, because I love interacting with you guys there. And some of those platforms, it's even easier to interact together down there. And that is where I met Emily, and that is where, because she was, I think she was doing a giveaway or something like that, and I had won these. So that's where I won these. So there's all kinds of fun things going on over Instagram. So make sure you go down there and check me out. No, don't check me out. Like, stalk me. I give you full permission to stalk me. But anyways, I'm being goofy as usual. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments, though, which one's your favorite. And thank you so much for joining me for another Merry Missmas. I had a lot of fun. I'm having so much fun with these. I hope you guys are too. I hope you're enjoying each and every day, and it's something that you can find that you can relate to, or that you like, or maybe a technique you didn't know about, or that you want to try. And that is what having this little fun crafty community is all about. I love you guys. Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful day. Take care of you. Always do what you love. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye, guys.